Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of
Get Out.
There were supposed to be tears in that last shot. I don't know if you could see it. So Get Out's the new psychological horror film from director and writer, first time no less, Jordan Peele, who you may well know as one half of Comedy Central's Key and Peele. Great show, very funny. So the premise of Get Out is Rose, who's played by Allison Williams, is taking her boyfriend, who's played by Daniel Kaluuya, home to meet her family up at their cabin in the woods. Here's the rub. She hasn't told them that he's black. He's a little nervous about this. They talk it out, and she convinces him that everything is gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. Rockabye. So they drive up to the cabin and they meet the family, and once all the introductions go around, things start getting a little weird, and that's pretty much all I can say without spoiling anything. The first thing I want to talk about in this movie is the acting. Now, there's not a bad performance in this movie, but the main guy, Daniel Kaluuya, who I originally know from an episode of Black Mirror called 15 Million Merits, which, to this day, anytime I hear this song, instantly get emotional. He was incredible in that show. And he's incredible here. His American accent is so strong, you would never, ever know the guy's a Brit. His chemistry with Allison Williams in this movie is off the chart. I mean, honestly, I was like locked into their relationship. I wanted it to work. I wanted them to get married and have babies and grow old together. Maybe she could make him an Up-style adventure book. I don't know. That would have been a very different movie, and that's not the way it goes. We've also got Bradley Whitford and Catherine Keener, who play Rose's parents, and they're both great, as always. They're both really reliable actors. Lil Rel Howery plays the main guy, Chris's best friend, Rod, and pretty much all of the humor in this movie is given to us by him, and it's his parts, when the movie chooses to be funny, really, really funny. No surprises, it's Jordan Peele. The guy's a hilarious man. And then we have a woman named Betty Gabriel, who plays Georgina the housekeeper. She's got a few interesting little scenes, but she's got one scene, and you'll know it when you see it. Best performance of the whole movie. In about 30 seconds, I was absolutely stunned by what she did on camera. One of the things I loved about this movie was the dialogue. Now, a lot of horror movies, a lot of movies in general, I think we've become desensitized to it because so many movies these days have lazy writing. There are so many moments in this movie where a character says something and the other character is about to respond, and in my head I'm going, oh, they're gonna say this. And then they don't. At no point was there like a cliche lazy line. I'm not gonna say the dialogue was brilliant, but it was very, very natural. It was very organic, and I really appreciated that. Now we gotta do it. We gotta talk about racism, because racism is a major subtext of this film. And talking about racism is never easy. It's uncomfortable. But to ignore it for the sake of comfort would be doing a disservice to this movie. This movie is not super scary, but it is very unsettling, both from the creepy nature of the film, but also in the ways that the white characters interact with the African-American character. We have all these rich old white men trying to relate to the African-American experience, and it's very uncomfortable, as it should be, because racism is gross. But what I like about it, it's not like, say, that movie Crash. You remember that piece of shit? That movie where the underlying message is, racism is bad. Yeah, I know, Crash, thanks. I hate that movie. Here, it's not just, racism is bad, you shouldn't like it. No, here it's satire. And when we find out what's really going on in the ending, it's really, really clever satire. This satire, when we do understand what's going on, it's so absurd that it would be funny if it weren't so ugly. But a lot of really good comedy reflects the ugliness that we have inside of ourselves, so it really does work. So as you can tell, I really, really enjoyed Get Out. It's creepy, it's funny, it's smart, it's paced well, it's interesting, and it had me going the entire time. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so what am I gonna give Get Out? I'm gonna give Get Out a get into the theater. I'll let myself out.